Guess we'll have to see. Maybe everything's working now. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah. Huh. Alrighty, what's going on?
A new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for Logan, Colorado, Sedgwick, Colorado. Damaging winds and large hail are possible. Head indoors now and stay away from windows until the storm passes.
Don't tell me what to do. So, do we have any lag while I'm streaming? Nope, but I also have low power mode, which will make no lag. All right, we solved the lag issue. I tested my... This is my weather overlay. This is my weather overlay. Weather front. You can see I have the symbol right here. I actually have to make that bigger. This is weather front. This symbol needs to be made much bigger. Much bigger. Yeah. But anyways, we got some cool things going on. Also, that camera in the bottom right corner, it's another extension I've got. Another extension I made. I can click on cameras all over the country. You see me moving around. Bottom right. You see me moving around? Oh, you guys can't see it on the vertical screen. You guys can turn your phone sideways if you're on TikTok, though. You turn your phone sideways, you can see it. But I got this map in the bottom right corner now. Bottom right corner, right under the live weather desk, all right? Right there. See it? Right down there. And I can go and I can pick cameras. Let's go here. There you go. We're in Iowa. Let's go down to the beach in Houston, Galveston. There you go. It's dark, but that's where we are. Let's take a look at... Where's it bright? Let's go over to Los Angeles. I think it's still bright out there. Yeah, look. There we go. Some people out at the boardwalk. No breaking alerts. Well, that's no fun. We're going to talk about the storm in a second once we get enough people in here. Let me go back to the beach in Houston. All right. There we go. Even though you can't see much. Let's people get in here, and then we're going to talk about this storm. Close this stuff out for a second. We'll close the cam out for a second as well. Hey, meteorologist, Stormcat 5. What's going on, dude? What is going on? Oh, you know what I also added? This. Hurricane data. Okay. Pretty cool stuff. We can, let's see, make the size of our clock much bigger too. There you go. Lots of settings on here. Getting them tested. This is going to be fun to play with. We've got, yeah, all sorts of different settings. We can make this quieter, but I like it loud. Oh, there's Bolt up there. All different types of voices, although I can't stand the other voices.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Scott County.
Like, come on.
Winds up to 70 miles per hour. Moving northeast.
New severe thunderstorm
And then she has
warning for Scott
personalities.
County.
Watch this.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Scott
Storm
County.
Chaser personality.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Scott
See
County.
how when you go to Storm Chaser
Winds up to
personality,
70 miles
they
per
suddenly
hour.
have no personality.
Moving northeast
And then when
at
you go to Bright and
35 miles.
Fun,
New severe
they sound
thunderstorm
bright
warning
and fun.
for Scott County. Winds up to 70 miles
I don't know
per
why they had to
hour.
do storm chasers dirty
Moving
like that.
northeast at 35 miles per hour.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude. Keep up the good work, brother. I appreciate that, dude. I've been grinding. I'm excited to start getting into live streaming more, so I want to spend time building this. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I watch all your stuff, dude. I love it. It's fun. Dude. What did I see you doing on, what's the video I saw of you today? Throwing stuff at the wall because you're having internet issues or something. That was hilarious. What's going on, Celine? What are we thinking with Bertha in Houston? Boring windbag. That's what we're thinking. Not much is going on here. You know, it's pretty wimpy. All right, let's do a little bit of forecasting. Let's talk about this stuff now. I love it. Guys, if you don't already, go give meteorologist Stormcat5. You see him in the TikTok chat. Go give him a follow, man. He's funny. He's funnier than me. I try my best, though. Appreciate you guys being in here. All right, let's talk about this. Guys, I would love to hype this storm up and get a ton more followers, but there's nothing to hype up. It's boring. All the precipitation is to the south. I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen, too. I'm pretty sure the eye's right here. Right here. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, there's no northwestern quadrant. Let's make the quadrants. We know how these work. There's no northwestern quadrant. There's no northeastern quadrant. There's no southeastern quadrant. I feel like if you only got one quadrant of a tropical cyclone, there should be a new rule that the NHC sets that if you're a one quadrant storm, you can't even be classified as a storm. Right? This should just be considered a strong tropical low pressure, not even a tropical storm. This should still be just an aggressive depression because this is depressing. This is pathetic. Yeah. Houston, you're going to get rained on. You might get gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Like Matt, what's his name? Capucci said, make sure your dandelions, your dandelions might fly away. Make sure you have any leaves. If you have like a hat laying on your patio, on your front porch, make sure you strap it down because your hat might blow away in the wind. That's how powerful these winds are going to be. So, yeah, just hoping for hoping your grandma doesn't get picked up and pulled away in this, with these strong winds here, guys. No, it's nothing serious. But let's take a broader look really quickly at the Atlantic and everything. Shout out Weatherfront too, because now we have full disc. Full disc. Look at that. Big, beautiful Earth. Amazing. I love it. I'm a cat adjuster. Any chance I get any work? Probably not. I appreciate that, dude. Dude, I'm going to keep trying. Hi from Door, Alabama. What's going on, Nightwolf? It doesn't even look like one. I know. It looks like one on the visible satellite. You see like the clouds here? If you're just looking at the visible satellite, which I can't see at nighttime, so I'm using the sandwich model, but or sandwich satellite, but visible satellite, you can see it. Yeah, convection satellite, it's big blob. You'd see the same thing here too. If we're taking a look at our, upper level, mid-level, lower level water vapor, let's look at the mid-level water vapor. Yeah, this thing's gone. I think it's hilarious that models were still making this a Cat 1, Cat 2 and bringing it into Texas yesterday. What are we just going to ignore the obnoxious amounts of shear and suffocating dry air to the north? Apparently that's what the models were doing. Anyways, let's talk about a little bit further out in the tropics. Oops, that's not what I want. At least we got no more wildfire smoke, right? We got a Category 1 hurricane out here. Let's take a look at it. Fausto. Let's go to our recon data. All right, so 1,005 millibars. 1,005 millibar pressure. What are our winds right now? 70 mile per hour. Or 70 knots, 81 miles per hour, gusting up to 98 miles per hour. So gusting up to almost 100 miles per hour. Thing is, though, there's nothing out here. Very, very nice looking hurricane. See? You've got all of your quadrants. I mean, the northwestern quadrant is struggling a little bit, but you've got all your quadrants there. That's how a tropical system should look. I'm surprised we don't have a... Oh, it's probably because there's so much shear here and here. I'm surprised we don't have an area of concern here. You can clearly see spin in the atmosphere, but there's a ton of shear around this area. So we've got some rotation right in here. Area of concern. What are we looking at? 90% chance of tropical development within the next 7 days. 50% chance of tropical development within the next 2 days. All right, let's take a look at the MDR. Tropical Atlantic. Anything going on? Not really. Decent tropical wave pushing off the coast. I don't think it's going to become anything. I've been watching this swirl out here in the western Atlantic for a while. It doesn't look like much of a swirl anymore, but there's some convection out here, a little bit of movement, but a ton of shear out ahead of this too, so probably nothing there. Ton of shear across the Caribbean. Guys, this is the best we're going to get probably for a little bit longer. So if you're, I say the best because some people get excited for hurricane season, including myself. I don't want anyone to get hit by a hurricane, but I do have fun looking at them. I think, from a scientific perspective, of course, I think they're cool. They're why I got into meteorology. I grew up in South Florida. I was hit by a bunch of hurricanes. Wilma, Francis, Jean, all the good ones. You know what I mean? Charlie. Fascinating. That's where I was looking for B. When's it hitting? Well, it's already hitting. The eye of Tropical Storm Bertha is basically over New Orleans right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are people out on Bourbon Street drinking and oblivious to it. They're probably like, oh my God, I don't know. Some strong gusts with this storm tonight. What's going on? They probably have no idea there's a tropical storm above them. There's no rainfall. They can probably see the sun. Or wait, it's dark. The moon. Yeah. Houston just thinks they have a nice light shower moving in. Not very impressive. Anyways, there's nothing to talk about with the tropics, unfortunately, other than the Eastern Pacific. Hey, we might have to talk about Hawaii in a little bit, though. Let's actually move this over to goes west, full disk. We might have to talk about Hawaii in a little bit because look at that cone of uncertainty. That's a very small cone of uncertainty that goes out very far, but that's also because guess what? There's really no steering currents out here. What happens with our storms out in the Atlantic is they move out here and then we're constantly having these troughs and these ridges and all these steering currents flying across the Gulf and the U.S. A lot of times the Central Pacific, you don't get those steering currents, just like you don't in the Central Atlantic. You don't get these sharp turns or anything like that until you approach a landmass and you get those steering currents. So area of concern out here, kind of out towards the Nino 3.4 region, Central Pacific. We've got a 70% chance for tropical, that's Pacific disturbance too, 70% chance for tropical development within the next 7 days, 10% in the next 48 hours. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it with the tropics. All right, let me, I'm talking too much. It's like I like to hear my own voice. That's what my mom used to always tell me. She said, you just love the sound of your own voice, don't you? A little bit. Let's go to outlooks. Let's quickly take a look at the upcoming severe weather. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Oh, man. I was hoping we'd see something more exciting. Okay. Nothing exciting in the tropics. Nothing exciting happening. According to the SPC, no severe weather, which is good. It's good. We need a break. It was pretty bad up there in the mid-Atlantic. What was that last night? Yesterday? Some strong storms out there. I'm sure they're happy to not have more severe weather. All right. Nothing going on. So, excessive rainfall. This is a story. There's going to be a lot of rainfall southeast and up the east coast. You've got 2 moderate excessive rainfall risks in a row out here, and then the slight, and then your marginal stays out there. So 4 straight days of excessive rainfall risks, especially really from across portions of South Carolina and North Carolina. So Appalachia, you're going to have to watch out as well. What does this look like to you? Is that like a penguin? Let me draw a little flipper. What do you guys think? Maybe if this whole weather thing doesn't work out, I could become an artiste and sell my paintings on the street. Quick fact, penguins are my favorite animal. They've always been my favorite animal. That's probably why I noticed it so quickly. You know what this looks like? This looks like an upside down hand and a finger and the thumb. Does it not? Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? All right. Well, there's not much going on, so I'm bored. Climate Prediction Center. Exciting stuff for the Northeast. Nice cool down July 28th through August 1st. And then out here July 30th through August 5th. Hey, you're staying pretty nice. You know, Great Lakes region, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast. Beautiful end of July into, well, maybe a little stormy, but for the most part, at least temperature-wise, pretty nice end of July into early August. You know where I wouldn't want to be end of July, early August? Down here. No way. No way. Too hot. I really quickly, before I take questions, which people probably don't have that many questions because not much is going on, but let's take a look at the MBM real quick. By the way, another setting I got, so let's open up the weather desk. I can make the time, let's just change it, instead of dynamic, so dynamic means, you know, when I move this down here, it gets bigger, and then it gets smaller when I stop touching it. We can just make it always large when I'm in models. So now, you guys can always see the time. See the time? I can get rid of my cloud too if you guys want me to, but I'm not gonna because I love my Connor's Climate cloud. But we do also have Bolt though, so we'll have to get used to Bolt. Okay, there we go. But now, yeah, there you go. So you guys can see it much better. Let me go to quantitative precipitation real quick on the national blend, and let's push out about a week. Let's go out to, next Thursday. You can see this. I mean, 6-7 inches out here along the coast. Sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. It's literally, that's what it is. But most of North Carolina, we could see 2+ inches. 2 to 7 inches across the state according to the latest national blend. South Carolina, you could get smacked as well. We could see locally 10+ inches somewhere, depending on how rain bands. Our storm's moving in, or our storm's moving across, and I know there's no moisture up here right now from the storm, but it's pulling in, it's still pulling in upper level moisture behind it, right? Because it's a low and it's spinning like this, and so it's still feeding this front that is pushing out. If we were to go take a look, just to show you at, let's take a look at, we'll look at the NAM. I think the NAM will give us a good look. Yeah, and then we'll go to composite reflectivity. You should be able to see this is kind of, it's yanking moisture off our storm here and continuously feeding. You can see it here, feeding this trough. And the issue with this is you could have kind of a band of storms that continuously feed. You have a stalled out front. I don't know if it's going to be stalled out. It's not like a negative NAO winter, but stalled out front here, pulling tropical moisture. Someone in here could get some heavy banding. I'm telling you, someone in here could get locally 10+ inches. You see it continues to feed. And then we're seeing, as I said earlier, when we were looking at the Atlantic satellite, we've got a bunch of convection out here in the Western Atlantic Basin. What's all this moisture going to do? Because this might be moving into the Southeast as well. The Southeast has some major drought issues right now. And we can make this clock a little bit smaller. And I think a lot of that's going to be solved shortly. That's what I'm trying to say. I think a lot of our drought issues are going to be solved shortly. What's up, electric tornado storms? Flooding seems to be the theme recently. Yeah. Some nice storms out here over the Rockies. Lots of lightning in here. Moving across Wyoming. But anyways, that's about it, guys. So not much going on. We'll close out of that. Get back into this bad boy. Anyone have any questions? I'm still testing out, you know, the extension and all this stuff. So I wanted to get on here and test, you know, run some tests and stuff, and figure we can do some forecasting and outlooking as well.
New severe thunder.
Let's see here. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to talk about in my videos tomorrow. Well, we've got a heat wave. That's kind of, somewhat significant. We've got a decent heat wave on the way in, or not on the way in. It's already here, and it's going to get worse for the West. That's probably one of the bigger stories. A pretty significant cool down for New England. That's another story. And then the flooding, heavy rainfall, not just for over the next 7 days. I think the next 2 weeks we could have a very heavy, a significant pattern out there up and down the East Coast, really, because if you take a look, CPC sees it as well. Precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day forecast all the way through your 8 to 14 days. So 14 days above average, but we're getting really dry up there in the north. Yep, you cook. Houston needs rain. Are you getting any right now? I don't think you just had a bunch of cold cloud tops above your head, but doesn't look like that's converting into rain. This is probably all evaporating before it hits the ground. What do you guys think? Wait, what is going on? Look at this swirl down here. Do we have like the center of the storm is here. We have like a separate cyclone, mini cyclone out here. That's weird. Can we see that on the satellite? It's almost like, is the eye breaking down and trying to shove off to the southwest? I don't think so. You can still clearly see the eye right here on the visible satellite. It looks like we have some more vorticity out here. Getting some new cyclogenesis out in the center of this huge convection bubble. I will say, what is interesting is there's a big pop of convection here. And there's not a ton of shear out ahead of this storm. I mean, I guess there's a small chance, just because of how warm the waters are. It's technically kind of moving away from, this is the main shear that's affecting this whole quadrant of the storm. Maybe there's a small chance this thing tries to reform its eye, because just like a tornado can recycle and then pop out somewhere else in the storm, hurricanes can kind of do the same thing, especially when they're weaker. You can have an eye up here and it starts to fall apart, and you get a bunch of convection up here, and then it starts spinning down here. Your eye kind of transfers locations. If it were to do that, it might have a very short window to strengthen. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe we, I give it a very small chance, less than 2% chance we actually somehow end up getting a hurricane moving into Corpus Christi. Don't clip that and post it, because it's probably not going to happen. I'm just saying, there's possibilities. Who thinks it's going to happen? How much rain do I think will land in Houston? Well, I'm just going to cheat, okay? Because that's what I feel like doing. Let's just go to quantitative precipitation, and let's compare some models. Here's the NAM. Here, but we'll move this back to always large. Here's the NAM, right? And let's compare models. So Rufus quantitative precipitation. What do we want to do this over a week? We'll do it over the next 48 hours. Here's the HRRR. Pretty much nothing. Rufus, pretty much nothing. NAM, pretty much nothing. GFS, pretty much nothing. Euro, pretty much, well, a half inch. That wouldn't be bad. Icon, pretty much nothing. So how much rainfall do I think Houston's going to get? Probably nothing. Well, not much. Nothing significant, I should say. Do they tell us the... I have the pressure on there. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something out. Will there be high winds in Houston? Probably not. Let's take a look. We can do that too. Let's go to surface. Wind gusts. Let's take a look across our models. Let's do... We'll do it like this. Yeah, compare models. Here's when the storm... Okay, so highest wind gusts you get here, 20 to 30 miles per hour on the NAM. The HRRR, 20 mile per hour wind gusts. Not much. Rufus is probably the most aggressive. Not even. Yeah, nothing crazy. You guys have severe thunderstorms that give you wilder winds than this. I will say, this is an interesting run. Probably not going to happen. Yeah, it's a big nothing burger. I don't know what else to tell you. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately. I mean, slipped. Fortunately. Unfortunately for my excitement in the tropics. But I said before this hurricane season started, well, and not just I said, everyone knew. Strong El Nino year, don't expect much. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Less property damage this year. There's Houston, out at the beach, and that camera on the bottom right corner there. Pretty quiet. I just realized, I was like, why is it so quiet? It's because my jams aren't playing. Why didn't anyone say that? Why didn't anyone say, Connor, your jams aren't playing right now? Come on. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, a nothing burger is not always... It's not a bad thing. It is a good thing that it's a nothing burger. It is. I wish dangerous severe weather on nobody. I wish dangerous severe weather on nobody. Send that cluster to Central West Texas. Why, you guys been pretty dry lately? By the way, really quickly. Dun, 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 dun. I got to give a quick shout out to my Discord. If you guys aren't TikTok, you can turn your phone sideways and see it. I built a bot for my Discord, and it is working perfectly. My Discord is updated every single day at 4 a.m. and every single day at 4 p.m. now. I do not have to do it anymore manually. Oh, thank God. Thank baby Jesus. But yeah. So, if you're in my Discord, which is completely free for you, I pay like $100 a month after the Discord and the bots and all the other stuff. Just like all the other stuff I pay for. But you know what? One day, there will be a return, I believe. Yeah, if you guys turn your phone sideways on TikTok, you can see it, but it does it every single day now by itself. There's your hurricane updates for today. There's your temperature updates for today and temperature outlook. Rainfall updates, rainfall outlook. I like how this does it too. It's very kind of precise here. Top 5 metro area, average quantitative precipitations. It'll tell you who's expected to get the most rainfall over the next 3 days, over the next 72 hours. Virginia Beach, Richmond, Raleigh, Columbia, and Poughkeepsie. Anyone in any of those cities? Virginia Beach, Richmond, Raleigh, Columbia, or Keepsy? I feel like I'm short. There we go. Much better. No. But yeah, pretty cool. And then we've got severe weather posted every day, tornado risk zones posted every day, hail, wind, extended forecast, wildfire updates in there every day, hurricane or earthquake updates. Recent earthquake updates, magnitude 2.5 plus in the past 24 hours in the US. Also magnitude 2.5 plus in the past 24 hours worldwide. Let's update it twice a day. Here's your drought monitor. This is why I wanted to pull this drought monitor. Holy smokes. It is bad out there in the panhandle of Texas and just out west in general. Also, it's terrible from Virginia down through South Carolina. Florida's pretty bad as well. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Perfect precipitation outlook right now for the East Coast. I mean, that area that's red here, again, if you guys are on TikTok, you should be able to turn your phone sideways and see what I'm looking at. But that area that's red here, up and down the East Coast, that's the area that's going to be targeted with a lot of rainfall over the next 72 hours. So hopefully some of those drought issues are solved. We also got some decent rainfall heading over the Rockies right now. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Anyways, volcano updates, active volcanoes every single day. Enzo, when was this posted? This is posted at 4 a.m. every single morning. Why 4 a.m.? Because that's when I get up every single morning. And so I set the bot to update at 4 a.m. so I can wake up, and if the bot didn't work, then I can yell at it and say, you work for me. You are my slave robot, and you must post at 4 a.m. and it'll probably listen to me. MJO, CSU, alerts, everything. So yeah, if you guys want to join my Discord, it's completely free. People post their dogs. People post weather memes. Pretty good weather memes, I must say. This crab didn't see a shadow today, which means 52 more weeks of random weather. I'm just gonna be honest with you, that's 100% how it works. Yeah, 100%. Come on, do something. Beautiful, beautiful. Always pointed at Oklahoma. Oh my gosh. Weather photos. People post some great weather photos in here. People put, look at this. Some great weather photos in here. Dang, Caroline. Sheesh. I love it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, and I didn't even mention this, but if there's a tornado warning, it immediately goes into the Discord as well. This is auto updated as well. Bot runs it from the NWS. So there was a tornado warning at 2:49 p.m. today. It immediately posts in the Discord, and then you can actually click down here, summary, and you should be able to talk to it in the AI. Like you can be like, hey, I live here. Is this tornado going to hit me? And it'll tell you, the AI in here. Severe thunderstorm warnings, flood warnings, PDS, emergency alerts, all of it's posted in here. Every single time there's an SBC update, it posts in here immediately. Every single time there's an NHC update, no matter what it is, it posts in here immediately. Every time there's a WPC update, no matter what it is, it posts in here immediately. Space updates, immediately posted in here. So the last space update was 231. A geometric storm category G1 predicted. Okay, I don't even know what that means. But anyways, it's in there. All of the links I use, all of my weather resources, everything I use to look at everything and everything I do is in here. I'm probably going to post, if you guys like my layout, my extensions, my bots, all the stuff, my broadcast overlay, everything, I'm probably going to post links to all that stuff in here too. I don't know, maybe I'll just give everything away for free. Weather safety stuff, you know, channel ideas. You guys can tell me, what should I do to the channel? I need to be better at update. I mean, I can make a lot more of these changes now that I have my bot working for me. So, but yeah, lots of awesome things. And I got to get to posting more weather training videos too. That's something that's been delayed because I've been doing all this other stuff. Anyways, that's what's going on there. Pretty cool stuff. I've clearly got plenty of time on my hands. No, I don't. I have 2 jobs and 2 kids, but you lose a little sleep and you figure out that there's a lot more hours in the day than you thought. Hey, John, what's going on? You didn't miss much. Storm's looking weak. Tropics aren't too active. Kristen, I appreciate that. Lewis, what's poppin'? Sorry, guys, I didn't even see any of the gifts. B, what's up? KJ, what's up? Intrusive John. That's a scary name. What's going on? How should we feel about Corpus Christi? You know, I was just saying, I think there's like a very tiny, small, miniature 1% chance that this eye kind of reorganizes around the center of this blob of convection, because it's kind of funny when you go to the radar here, you can actually see, look, we've got rotation right in there. So just like tornadoes, sometimes a tornado can lift, recycle, and drop somewhere else. Sometimes you get eye replacement that pops out somewhere else, especially in an unorganized storm. If that happens, there's a very tiny small window where there's going to be less shear, where maybe we see a tiny bit of strengthening into a strong tropical storm, weak category 1 hurricane. Regardless, it's not going to be a strong tropical system. I don't think it's going to become a hurricane. I think it's going to stay a tropical storm. I'm just saying, there's a small window now that I've noticed that we're getting a new area of circulation. You feel me? That video in the bottom right corner is Houston. The beaches. I heard they got beautiful beaches in Houston. No, you should not be scared. You should not be scared. Unless you're on a small kayak in the middle of the ocean under this storm. Then I'd be nervous.
Scared.
Oh, hey, look, it's my wife. Hey, girl. Alrighty. Well, guys, I might be back on tomorrow, might not. We'll have to see. There's not much going on, obviously, but I will be posting my shorts and stuff in the morning, you know, reels, talking about likely all the rainfall that's going to be moving up and down, or that's going to be coming for the East Coast here. Nice cool down up in New England. And I'll be talking about, hey, maybe this thing tries to reorganize and strengthen into a category 1 hurricane right before it moves over Corpus Christi. Don't think that's going to happen, but there's possibility. We're starting to see the eye move locations towards the center of this blob of convection here. So it's possible. Can I zoom into San Marcos? Where's San Marcos? Yep, not much happening there. All right, listen. You all have a great night. I've got to get up in 4.5 hours. So I'm going to hop off. But yeah, I've got everything set up now. So live streams are going to start happening more. I've set up my weather bot. I've set up my broadcasting suite. I've set up all my widgets. Lots of cool stuff. Look, we can look at all the recon data from the tropical storm. I've got all sorts of other cool things on here I haven't even showed you guys yet. This is all souped up for winter too. Wait till you see all the winter features. Trust me, it's awesome. Also, yeah, I also built a extension that shows me like every camera in every single state across the country, so we can always have cameras up feeds from now on. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I've spent a lot of time on this stuff, and I like streaming, and I just want to be streaming and not building this stuff. I appreciate you guys. Do you think there will be any more tornadoes in Ohio summer? It's possible. It's been a weird severe weather summer. Everyone have a great, fantastic, wonderful night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Mod. See you.